Ladies, let me tell you something about love that most people don't understand. People think love is about chasing. They think it's about convincing. They think if you talk more, explain more, text more, prove more, somehow a man is going to wake up and say, "Oh yes, now I see it." No. A man does not discover his true feelings when you are in front of him. He discovers them when you are not. See, emotions grow in absence. Clarity shows up in silence and truth. Truth comes knocking when the noise is gone. You are worried because he's quiet. You're anxious because he pulled back. You're wondering if you should do something. Let me help you today. Sometimes the reason he hasn't spoken yet is because he's finally feeling. And when a man starts feeling something real, he gets still before he gets honest. So don't panic. Let's talk about why, if you handle this season correctly, he will reach out. Oh, and when he does, it will come from a place that's deeper, stronger, and more real than anything you could have forced. Men process emotions and distance, not discussion. Let me explain something to you. The way a man understands it, and this is a perspective often talked about by voices like Steve Harvey. Men are not wired to process emotions out loud the moment they feel them. Women often find clarity through conversation. Talking helps you sort, label, and release what's happening inside. But for many men, talking too soon actually creates more confusion, not less. A man has to sit with what he feels before he can name it. And that requires distance, quiet, and time that looks like withdrawal from the outside, but is actually internal work. When something begins to matter emotionally, it doesn't make a man rush forward. It makes him pause. Feelings, especially deep ones, introduce responsibility. If he admits he cares, that means change. That means vulnerability. That means risk. And men don't step into those territories casually. Instead of discussing the emotion, he studies it. Instead of announcing it, he tests whether it's real. He asks himself questions he may never say aloud. Why does her absence feel louder than her presence used to? Why do small reminders of her show up during ordinary moments? Why does reaching out feel important but also serious? This is why what looks like emotional distance is often emotional concentration. He is not distracted from you. He is trying to understand why you have affected him the way you have. Men tend to process experiences through reflection rather than expression. They replay conversations in their minds. They measure how they felt around you compared to how they feel without you. They notice shifts in their own behavior. Maybe he's less interested in things that once filled his time. Maybe he finds himself comparing other interactions to the connection he had with you. Discussion, especially too early, interrupts this process. If he is pushed to explain feelings he hasn't fully understood yet, he may retreat further. Not because the feelings aren't there, but because he cannot articulate something that is still forming. For many men, clarity is built privately before it is shared publicly. They need to arrive at understanding on their own terms, so that when they finally speak, they are not guessing. They are certain. This is why patience becomes powerful when there is no pressure to define everything immediately. A man has the room to experience the full weight of what he feels. And emotions that are allowed to develop naturally tend to grow stronger than emotions that are forced into conversation prematurely. Silence gives him space to miss, to reflect, to evaluate, and to recognize the difference between temporary attraction and meaningful attachment. It's also important to understand that men often measure feelings through action and absence rather than words. He may not sit down and label emotions the way someone else might. Instead, he notices that he wants to reach out. He notices that he values your opinion even when you're not there to give it. He notices that the idea of losing the connection bothers him more than he expected. These realizations do not happen in the middle of constant dialogue. They happen in moments of stillness. So when a man becomes quiet, it is not always avoidance. Sometimes it is the phase where emotions move from surface-level reactions to something deeper and more deliberate. He is aligning what he feels with what it means. And that alignment cannot be rushed. Understanding this difference changes how you interpret the silence. It stops looking like disinterest and starts looking like a process. One that, when allowed to complete, often leads to communication that is far more intentional and honest than anything that could have been forced at the start. Your calm energy makes him face his own heart. One of the most powerful shifts that can happen in a connection is not created by words, arguments, or explanations. It is created by emotional steadiness. This is something often emphasized in relationship conversations influenced by voices like Steve Harvey, who frequently points out that a man pays attention not just to what a woman says, but to how she carries herself when things are uncertain. When you remain calm instead of reacting, you change the entire emotional environment. You remove the noise that allows him to avoid what he is feeling, and you place him in front of something much harder to escape: his own thoughts. Most people expect tension to be met with tension. They expect questions, demands, emotional chasing, or visible frustration. When those reactions don't come, it disrupts the pattern. Your calmness becomes unfamiliar. And because it is unfamiliar, it becomes noticeable. Instead of managing your reaction, he now has nothing external to manage. There is no drama to respond to, no conflict to defend against, no pressure to push away. Without those distractions, the only thing left for him to confront is the connection itself and what it means to him. Calm energy does not mean indifference. It does not mean pretending you don't care. It means you are grounded enough in yourself that you are not trying to force clarity before it is ready to exist. That emotional self-control sends a message louder than repeated conversations ever could. It shows that your sense of stability is not dependent on his immediate response. And that kind of emotional independence often earns deeper respect than emotional urgency. When a man senses that you are not trying to pull him closer, he begins to examine why he feels the distance more than he expected. Humans naturally notice what is no longer being pushed toward them. Your calmness removes the resistance he may have been leaning against. Without resistance, he can no longer justify staying disconnected. Instead, he starts to reflect. He thinks about the ease he felt with you, the lack of pressure, the way interactions didn't feel like a struggle. And now, in contrast, he notices the absence of that ease. Emotionally, this creates space for honesty to develop. Strong reactions often cause people to respond defensively rather than truthfully. Calmness, on the other hand, lowers defenses. It allows him to revisit memories and emotions without feeling judged or rushed. He can acknowledge missing you without feeling like he is surrendering to pressure. He can recognize appreciation without feeling like he is being forced into a decision. Your composure also signals confidence in a way that words cannot replicate. It communicates that you trust what is real to reveal itself. That kind of assurance can be deeply disarming because it shifts the dynamic from persuasion to reflection. Instead of you trying to prove your place in his life, he starts evaluating why that place mattered. The realization becomes internal rather than external. And realizations that form internally tend to last longer because they are self-discovered. In many cases, the calm you maintain becomes the very thing that draws him back into emotional awareness. It allows him to slow down, to recognize what he feels without interference, and to approach those feelings willingly rather than reactively. Your steadiness becomes a mirror reflecting back to him not only who you are, but who he is when he is with you. And that reflection often leads him to confront emotions he might otherwise have avoided. When you stop trying to convince him, he starts convincing himself. There comes a moment in every connection where effort can either build attraction or quietly begin to weaken it. Many people believe that if they just explain more, prove more, or remind someone of what they share, the other person will finally understand the depth of the bond. But real emotional certainty does not grow from persuasion. It grows from realization. And realization is something no one can hand to another person. It has to form internally. This is a truth often echoed in relationship advice shared by voices like Steve Harvey, who emphasizes that when a man truly values something, it is because he has come to that understanding on his own. When you stop trying to convince him of your value, you remove the dynamic of persuasion entirely. There is no longer an argument to agree with, no explanation to analyze, no emotional presentation to evaluate. Instead, there is space. In that space, something important begins to happen. He starts observing rather than reacting. He begins to notice what is missing instead of what is being offered. Human nature places greater weight on what we discover ourselves than on what we are told repeatedly. When you no longer try to guide his feelings, he becomes responsible for examining them. Trying to convince someone often creates unintended resistance. Even gentle reminders can feel like pressure if a person is not yet ready to confront their emotions. The more someone feels pushed toward a conclusion, the more they may pull away in order to maintain their sense of independence. But when that push disappears, so does the resistance. Without realizing it, he starts revisiting memories, replaying moments, and asking himself questions that once felt easy to ignore. Why did conversations feel effortless? Why did time seem to move differently together? Why does silence now feel heavier than expected? These questions are powerful because they are self-generated. They are not coming from outside influence. They are forming naturally, which means the answers carry more weight. Instead of agreeing with your perspective, he begins building his own. Instead of responding to your expression, he reflects on his experience. This shift changes the emotional ownership of the situation. The connection no longer feels like something being presented to him. It becomes something he is uncovering himself. When a person convinces themselves themselves of something, the conclusion feels solid. It is not borrowed belief, it is personal truth. That truth tends to last longer because it is tied to reflection rather than reaction. He may begin to recognize patterns he did not notice before, such as comparing new interactions to the comfort he once had, or realizing that the qualities he appreciated are not easily replaced. These realizations do not arrive dramatically. They build quietly, layer by layer, until the feeling becomes undeniable. Stepping back from convincing does not mean withdrawing care. It means allowing authenticity to stand without advertisement. Your actions, your presence, and your consistency have already created an impression. There is nothing more to prove. By letting go of the need to explain, you allow the connection to be evaluated without interference. That evaluation becomes far more honest because it is not influenced by expectation. In this process, attraction transforms into recognition. He is no longer responding to what you are saying. He is responding to what he has come to understand. The desire to reconnect, to speak, or to clarify feelings emerges not because he was persuaded to do so, but because he has reached a point where silence no longer matches what he feels inside. That shift from being told to realizing is where genuine emotional commitment begins to take shape. Time doesn't kill real connection, it reveals it. People are often afraid of time when emotions are involved. When communication slows down or distance appears, the first instinct is to assume that something meaningful is fading away. It feels natural to believe that if a connection were truly strong, it would always stay loud, visible, and constant. But genuine emotional bonds do not operate that way. In fact, time has a way of doing something conversations and reassurances cannot do. Time tests what was surface level and uncovers what was deeply rooted. This idea is frequently echoed in relationship guidance shared by voices like Steve Harvey, who often explains that what is real doesn't disappear under pressure. It becomes clearer. When two people share something that is based only on excitement or convenience, time tends to dissolve it quickly. Without regular interaction, there is nothing substantial to hold on to, so the connection naturally fades. But when there is emotional depth, time does the opposite. Instead of weakening the bond, it allows each person to experience life without the other's immediate presence. And that absence becomes revealing. You begin to notice whether the connection was just a habit or whether it actually added meaning to your life. Time creates contrast. In that contrast, emotions become easier to understand. A person starts comparing how they feel now to how they felt when you were around. They may find that conversations with others feel different, that laughter doesn't come as easily, or that moments that once felt ordinary now carry reminders of shared experiences. These realizations cannot be forced or rushed. They develop quietly through everyday situations that highlight what is no longer there. Distance also removes the influence of constant reassurance. When people are always in touch, it can be difficult to distinguish between genuine emotional attachment and the comfort of routine. Time strips away that routine. What remains is either emptiness or significance. If the connection was meaningful, it leaves an impression that does not vanish simply because there is space. Instead, it lingers in thoughts, in memories, and in the way certain moments feel incomplete. Another powerful aspect of time is that it allows emotions to mature. Immediate reactions are often driven by confusion, fear, or uncertainty. Given space, those reactions settle. What replaces them is a more thoughtful understanding of what the relationship represents. A person may begin to recognize qualities they overlooked before, the sense of peace, the authenticity, the emotional safety, and realize those things are not easily replicated. Time slows everything down enough for appreciation to develop without distraction. This process also brings clarity because there is no external pressure influencing decisions. When someone comes to recognize the value of a connection after time has passed, it is not because they were persuaded to feel that way. It is because the experience of living without that connection has shown them its importance. That kind of awareness tends to be more lasting because it is based on reflection rather than impulse. Time then is not an enemy to meaningful relationships. It is more like a filter. It removes illusions, strips away temporary emotions, and leaves behind only what is genuine weight. If the connection was never strong, time makes that clear. But if it was real, time strengthens the understanding of it, allowing feelings to resurface with greater certainty and intention than they ever could have in the beginning. When he does reach out, it will be different because he is different. When a man finally reaches out after time, reflection and emotional processing, the communication carries a different weight than before. It is not just about sending a message or starting a conversation again. It is about the internal shift that led him to that moment. People often expect that if someone comes back into contact, everything will look the same as it did earlier. But genuine reflection changes behavior. When a person has taken time to understand their feelings rather than react to them, their actions begin to reflect intention instead of uncertainty. This is something frequently discussed in relationship insights shared by figures like Steve Harvey, who often notes that when a man truly understands what he feels, he shows up differently because he is no longer guessing. Before that realization, communication may have felt casual, inconsistent, or exploratory. He might have spoken without fully understanding what he wanted or where things were going. But when he returns after processing his emotions, there is usually more clarity behind his words. He is not reaching out simply to pass time or feel silence. He is reaching out because something inside him has settled into recognition. That recognition often brings a quieter, more thoughtful tone. Instead of trying to impress or maintain control of the situation, he may focus more on reconnecting in a sincere way. This change happens because self-reflection alters perspective. During the time apart, he has likely considered what the connection meant, what he learned from it, and what it felt like to not have it present in his daily life. Those realizations influence how he approaches communication. He may listen more carefully, speak more deliberately, and avoid the patterns that once created confusion. Growth is rarely loud or dramatic. It often appears in small shifts such as consistency, patience, and a willingness to be more open than before. Another reason the interaction feels different is that the decision to reach out was self-motivated. No one persuaded him to reconnect. So the action belongs entirely to him. That sense of ownership can make the effort more genuine because it is not driven by obligation or expectation. He is choosing to engage again because he has recognized value, not because he was pushed to do so. When people act from their own understanding, their behavior tends to align more closely with what they truly feel. You may also notice that the conversation carries more purpose. Instead of circling around uncertainty, there is often a desire to understand, to clarify, or to rebuild in a more meaningful way. Even if he does not express everything perfectly, the willingness to engage with honesty signals that something has changed internally. Emotional growth does not guarantee perfection, but it does create awareness, and awareness influences how someone shows up. It is important to recognize that this difference is not created by waiting alone. It comes from the internal journey he experienced during that time. Reflection allowed him to examine his emotions without distraction, and that examination reshaped how he views the connection. When he reaches out now, he is responding to that new understanding rather than the uncertainty he once felt. Because of that, the interaction often carries a sense of steadiness that was not there before. It reflects the fact that he is not the same person who stepped back earlier. His perspective has been shaped by distance, thought, and realization, and those experiences naturally influence the way he reconnects. So now you understand this season of quiet is not something to fear, rush, or try to control.